Hello, come journal with me. I'm Franz and I'm excited to log my hike at Mount Lubo last September. But first, here's a quick flip through my hiking journal. I use a Muji B6 slim notebook because I fill it up easily with photos and short anecdotes. I'm really big on archiving moments that will be fun to look back on, so journaling is something that I love to do. I started hiking actively at the end of last year and it has genuinely changed my life. Short trips away from the city staring at greens instead of screens did wonders for me. Wow. At the end of each hike, I pick out my favorite photos just so I have a physical copy to look back on, with the hope that it captures the feeling whenever I look at it. I print these at home with a thin matte photo paper. After trial and error, this became my favorite to use because it keeps the colors without it being too thick for my journal. Since I like to sort of relive in the moment, I try to chronologically arrange the photos. So for example, this is for ascent, summit, falls, and descent. I like to place an overview for each hike with the following details as well, like mountain, date, hours to summit, difficulty, rating, and of course, favorite moments. I also have Summit Smiles, which has photos from every hike logged on this journal. My approach to each spread is to just write whatever, however I want. This is really a place where I don't overthink anything. While past Franz figures out how to sequence and lay out these photos, I'd like to talk about the hike itself. This was actually part of a trilogy, but that wasn't in the cards for us that day, so we ended up climbing just one mountain. Since I hiked quite a bit this year, I wanted to weight train on this hike, which basically was just to bring a bigger and heavier bag. People usually do this when they have the goal of going on more difficult hikes, but for me, my goal was to camp soon. I hope to experience that maybe early next year, but honestly, I still have a lot of day hikes in my horizon. Like I still haven't climbed Mount Apo, Mount Daraitan, and Mount Tarak, just to name a few. This hike was my first peak at the Sea of Clouds. Fun fact, Mount Pulag was my first hike this year, and although we were blessed with really good weather, a gorgeous clearing, there was no Sea of Clouds when we visited Pulag, which makes Mount Lubo's baby Sea of Clouds an even more memorable experience for me. Whenever I journal, I don't really look at pegs. I just do whatever comes to my mind. I don't use rulers, which is very evident based on the random lines I drew on the left page. And then I just drew little flowers at the bottom because the summit had them and I just wanted to kind of mimic that. This year made me realize that I was a mountain girl all along. I never really enjoyed the beach as much as other people did. I think I prefer the different views that hiking gives. It's a lot more interesting for me because I get to walk around, look at different trees, flowers, foliage, and I find the long stretches of walking meditative in a way. Kind of like my brain is on autopilot. And the feeling of hearing the gushing of the falls after hours of walking and sweating, it's unmatched. This is an interesting design choice for me, and honestly, I just ran out of ideas, but I drew lines because this was the time wherein we were enjoying the falls, and what I thought was mist was actually rain. So basically, after the first falls, we never got dry after that. The rain was insane, huge droplets, wet bags, and slippy terrain. What was supposedly a chill hike became more difficult because we had to rappel on the third falls and it was raining hard, the water was gushing, and it just made everything very slippery. It's okay though because it makes a better story and I love rainy hikes. Every hike really keeps you on your toes. Imagine I got to see beautiful views like this on a random Saturday. I never regret going out for a hike, whether it goes perfectly or not. You always leave with a good memory. With that, here's my finished, messy, chaotic journal spread for my last hike of the year. I love that I get to spend my days the way I do, and I'm grateful I found the people who love this too. Thank you for watching. Bye!